Hi guys, today I'm going to do a different kind of video. Today I'm going to show you all of the products that I will reach for when my skin is either breaking out, really dry and flaky, seems like it needs to be brightened or smoothed in some way. This is basically my arsenal of products that I will reach for when I have some kind of skin issue. And because I've got so many different ones, hopefully it will help many of you with different skin types, not just combination oily girls like me. My skin is not particularly sensitive, but when I use products to get rid of my oily breakout areas, it can kind of counteract the breakout by making my skin dry, and so I need something that's very hydrating. And then by hydrating my skin, sometimes it can seem a little bit dull when I use too many products, then I need something brightening. It kind of goes on and on and on. It's a vicious cycle because of all the products that I do use on my skin. But because of that, I do have lots of different issues to combat, so hopefully there's something for everybody in this video. First, I'm going to start with breakouts and blemish-prone times of the month or week or year, or whenever my skin is feeling a little bit oilier than I'd like it to, or I've got a monster spot on my face. I will not be surprising many of you by saying this is my holy grail blemish treatment. It's the dual action moisturiser from Clean and Clear. I've used it since I was a teenager. So many videos this is featured in. I've made several videos just dedicated to this because I so want to get it out there that this is amazing. I don't use this as a regular moisturiser because I do find it quite drying. If I used it all over my face, then my face would be quite dry in the patches that I'm not oily and not breaking out. So I do just use it as an on-the-spot treatment. I will show you. By the end of this video, I'm going to look a little crazy because I'm going to have little bits and pieces all over me, but I do have a tiny little something happening here, and so nothing, all this is scarring, maybe a little bit there. But basically, wherever I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a breakout or something is coming or I've got a full-on spot, then I dab it on like this. I leave it on all day or all night or whenever it is I'm leaving it, and then it absolutely does diminish that breakout. It's amazing, but it can dry your skin, so be careful and don't use it kind of too often or on like a nightly basis. If you've got something you're getting rid of, that's fine, but if you're talking about skin that's constantly breaking out, like cystic acne or something like that, something that's constant, then you're going to need to look for something different and maybe consult the doctor. But that's something that I use when I do get the occasional breakout, as I do. Something else that I've discovered recently, which is mad that I've never tried this before, it's the Witch Hazel on the spot stick. It's the Witch Naturally Clear Blemish Stick is the actual name of it. And you push it out the bottom like this and you put it on your skin. So let's say I was going to put it on my chin. You can't really see it, it's not even really glossy or anything, you can't really see it on your skin. But this, again, does magical things for my breakouts. It really does diminish them very, very quickly. But again, a problem that I found is that it does dry out my skin. At the moment, my chin and my forehead, which is where I have been kind of having little bubbling under the surfaces breakouts, and I've been using a lot of products like this to try and get rid of them before they pop out and become actual blemishes. I've been using a lot of these products, and I find that this particular product is definitely making my skin dry. I don't think you're going to be able to tell like this, but you can see the kind of little bumps under my skin, but you can't really tell in this video, I don't think, that my skin is quite dry. If I put a foundation over the top of it or a powder, you'd definitely be able to tell, and obviously with me wearing makeup as often as I do, I don't want it to accentuate the issues that I have. And so moving swiftly on to more products that would moisturise, this is my absolute favourite. This is something that I generally do go to if something has dried my skin out, not on a regular basis. In winter maybe I would use it kind of as an extra special hydration treat, let's say, if I've been out in the cold all day or something like that. But usually I reach for it if something's dried my skin out, a product specifically. And this is the Hydraphase Intense Mask from Roche-Posay. It's a tiny little bottle and it's quite expensive. For me, it's not expensive. I think it's, I don't know how much it is. I'm going to link it in the down bar. But it's expensive for me, but you can buy it from Boots and it's definitely worth it because I must have at least 3/4 of this left and I've used it a lot. Generally the idea is that you put it all over your skin and then you wipe it off after 10 minutes, whatever the residue is, you wipe it off with a cotton pad and that's what you leave on overnight. But I generally just put it all over my face and then don't wipe it off, I just leave it. So let's just put a little bit on my forehead. This is actually more than a little bit, it's probably how much I would put on my entire face. But I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead just to show you what it looks like. And if you only put, you know, I've probably got enough for my face here, but if you only put the regular amount on, then it just gives you kind of a thin layer and that will do. And it will just last you so long. I'm going to put a little bit in my eyebrows because they tend to get quite dry as well. And even though I have just put that on, I'm going to put some on my chin as well. Don't try this at home, kids. You don't want to be layering products, that's how you clog your pores. but you know, just for indication purposes, let's just get all the rest of that on there. Okay, so that is what I use when my skin is super duper dry and it needs a moisture hit. Don't I look so fantastic so far? The next product that I'm completely in love with, again, nothing you're going to be surprised at me talking about, is the Peaches and Clean from Soap & Glory. And this is super duper brightening, smooths my skin like no other, and it smells amazing. It's supposed to be a cleanser, and I do use it as a cleanser occasionally. It does work, but it doesn't work as well as I find that it works as a mask. And I think if you just used it as, put it on your face, scrub or whatever, and wash it off, you don't really see any results. And so I found that if I left it on for say 10 minutes whilst I was in the bath, shaving my legs, washing my hair, whatever, and then I took it off, then my skin kind of was smooth and it was tingling a little bit and a little bit pink. I like that, not everybody does, but I did find that it did more. And so I have been known to leave this on overnight. I generally do leave this as a mask as opposed to a wash now, because I think you get more for your money. It's £7, which is quite expensive for a cleanser for me. I don't spend a lot of money on cleansers generally, but I'm on maybe my 4th bottle of this and I'm completely in love with it, and I'm going to use it on my cheeks. I'm just going to show you what I do, and I'm just going to put it on my cheeks, and oh, it smells so good. And I would just put it basically everywhere and leave it on. And because my skin is quite normal, not really sensitive at all, I can just slather it on and leave it on for as long as I want. And I've just moved that a little bit. And yeah. Within probably 10-20 minutes, my skin would be quite pink, but I think that that's kind of like a DIY peel. I know some of you will be like, no, but I like when my skin tingles. I like to feel the products working, and I really feel like that one does work for me. So absolutely the nicest thing ever. If you have got normal skin, I always say this, I always give a bit of a disclaimer about Peaches and Clean, because some people have said, oh, it burned my skin, it was so horrible, my skin was so red. So be careful. Maybe see if you've got a friend that's got it, get a sample off them. I know that my friend Laura Loves Beauty hated it. It really reacted with her skin terribly. But mine, I absolutely love it. And lots of people with sensitive skin have contacted me and said, no, it's fantastic, it works really, really well. Maybe just don't leave it on for so long. So yeah, just be aware, I haven't got sensitive skin and it works amazingly for me, but it is quite active and I do feel the tingle even on my normal skin. I have a couple more products to show you, not really that I can show you on my face because I've kind of covered it in stuff. These two products do pretty much the same thing. I can't tell you for sure that they really work, which is why I'm kind of honourable mentioning them, but I wanted to mention them because I do use them. One of them is the Vichy Idealia Pro, and it's basically a corrector. It's the same thing as this. This is the Thiospot Intensive Skin Lightening Cream. They do a similar thing. They try to even out your skin tone. You may be able to see, now I'm covered in cream and stuff, you know, but you may be able to see I have got some hyperpigmentation around my eyes, little acne scarring around my chin, and that is what this is supposed to combat. And I do feel like it's done something. When I was pregnant, my skin was more susceptible to the sun, and I got more freckles, I got more moles on my body, and I just generally got more marks and more pigmentation on my face than I had before, and that's why I'm using products like this now. So I do like these. They can make you more susceptible to the sun whilst you're using them, so be careful with that. And then obviously you need to use a good SPF every single day, but I use these at night time and I do feel like they're doing something. This smells horrible, and I will be reviewing this separately on my blog. I have reviewed this a long time ago. This doesn't smell like anything, and this is the one that I'm just not sure about, whereas this one I really do feel like it's doing something. So yeah, I thought I'd mention them, Thiospot and Vichy, and they basically are just to even out your skin tone if you do have hyperpigmentation. And the last thing I wanted to mention is this Ginvera Whitening Marvel Gel. It's not really whitening. Don't be scared, a little bit like the other one. Again, it's supposed to even out your skin tone, but more than anything, this is for blackheads, and lots of people swear by this. This was a PR sample and I'm nearly at the end of it, and I'm absolutely going to buy some more. It's a really strange consistency. You put it on your skin and it balls up a little bit like when you over rub in a lotion. It's really, really strange, but what I like this for particularly, not for a wash or not to use it as you're supposed to, if I do have a blackhead, which is so occasionally, but if I do, I put it on, I put like a big dollop of it on my skin, and I'll leave it till it's completely dry, and then when I peel it off, the blackhead comes off with it. Can't explain how it works. I've tried so many pore strips and various things that are supposed to work, but this stuff is amazing. And I don't use it, like I say, as it's directed at all. I don't use it as a preventative measure. I don't get blackheads all the time, and I don't think that it's worth me using it constantly.
but this is amazing if you do have occasional blackheads, for just ripping them out of your skin. It's amazing. Lastly, I said that was lastly, but I'm gonna add in just one last one, and it's the UB Moisturising Skin Cream. And I'm going to add this in because I can actually put it on right now. And I use this as a lip balm. You can use it anywhere. It's basically a little bit like the Elizabeth Arden 8 Hour Cream. Ha ha ha, now I look totally crazy. And yeah, it's amazing. It's basically just like a glycerin cream that you put everywhere, and it's supposed to moisturise and be a barrier for various things. And I like this as well. So yeah, that's a various weird product video for you. All the things that I put on my face all the time, dependent on how it's feeling. And why not just, you know, attack different problems at the same time like I have today. So I thought I would give you a bit of a strange video today, and I will see you guys in my next one, and it will be a lot less weird. Bye!